there's something you need to hear before this story begins. This story will help you understand that when something or someone matters to you, you have to act, you have to speak. Not tomorrow, not when the time feels right. Now, let's jump to the story. It was a rainy afternoon when Daniel first saw Clara. The rain wasn't heavy, just a steady drizzle that blurred the streetlights and made the world seem softer. Daniel had ducked into a small cafe to escape the damp cold, the kind of cafe that smelled of fresh coffee beans and old wood. That's when he noticed her. She was sitting at a small corner table near the fogged-up window, a book open in her hands, a half-finished cappuccino by her side. Her dark hair was loosely tied back, a few strands falling gently over her face as she read. The light from the window framed her like a quiet painting. Daniel didn't know what it was exactly: her calm presence, her quiet focus, or the way she seemed completely at home in her own company. But he felt it, an invisible pull. He thought about walking over, saying something, anything. But his mind started its usual list of reasons to wait. She's busy. It would be awkward. I don't even know what to say. So he sat a few tables away, sipping his coffee and stealing glances at her reflection in the glass. I'll see her again, he told himself, and he did. Over the next few months, Clara became part of the cafe's quiet rhythm. Always in the same corner seat, always with a book. Daniel became a regular too, though he told himself it was for the coffee. He learned her habits without meaning to. How she always added a little extra sugar to her cappuccino. How she would pause in her reading to look outside when it rained. How she smiled softly at the barista, but rarely talked much. They exchanged polite nods, the kind strangers give when they recognize each other but haven't spoken. Sometimes their eyes would meet a little longer, just enough for Daniel to wonder if maybe she noticed him too. But still, he never spoke to her. Each day, he came up with a new reason not to. She looked tired. She was reading something serious. The cafe was too busy, or the timing just didn't feel right. Weeks turned into months, and months into a quiet routine. The truth was, Daniel had built a small world of possibility in his head, a world where he and Clara might talk someday. But that someday never came. One Tuesday morning, Daniel walked into the cafe and immediately noticed something was wrong. Her table in the corner was empty. The chair was pushed in. The window fogged the same way it always did, but there was no Clara. At first, he thought maybe she was running late. He ordered his coffee and waited. 10 minutes, 20. No sign of her. Finally, he asked the barista, trying to sound casual. "Oh, Clara," she said, almost offhand. She moved last week, got a new job in another city. She seemed excited about it. Daniel nodded, forcing a polite smile, but inside, it felt like the air had been knocked out of him. He walked home slowly, his coffee cold before he even took a sip. She was gone, and he had never even asked her name. Months later, Daniel's job sent him to a different city for a short project. On his last day there, walking through a park, he saw a figure sitting on a bench under a tree, a book in her hands, a coffee by her side. It was Clara. For a second, the world seemed to slow down. His heart raced. This is it, he thought. This is my chance. He took a step toward her, but then he saw him. A man sat beside her, leaning close as she read something aloud to him. His hand rested on hers, the kind of touch that comes from years of comfort and shared history. She laughed at something, he whispered, the sound light and full of warmth. Daniel stopped. watched, and knew she had found her place, her person. That night, back in his hotel room, Daniel stared at the ceiling and thought about all the times he had sat a few tables away from her. All the mornings when the only thing between them was his own hesitation. He realized something he wished someone had told him earlier. Life doesn't give you the perfect moment. It gives you moments messy, imperfect, fleeting, and you decide whether they're worth taking. So if there's something you need to say, say it. If there's someone you want to know, walk up to them. If you want to be somewhere, go. Because the truth is, you rarely lose because you acted too soon. You lose because you never acted at all. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe and be part of our growing community. Together, we'll learn English and discover more inspiring stories like this one.